Hello, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channels. Today's our topic is Julia programming tutorials for beginners. A comprehensive introductory tutorial that will help you master the fundamentals of Julia, learning about operators, conditional statement, working with data frames, and more. The Julia programming language is a scientific computing language that was first announced in 2012. Since then, Julia has become a serious contender in the data programming language landscape with its ease of use, speed, and support for scientific computing use cases. Learning Julia is a viable path of many data scientists today. This article provides an in-depth and lengthy tutorials on the Julia programming language for beginners, covering basic syntax, working with different data type, vectors and string data frames, and much more. Why learn Julia? There are many reasons behind Julia rise to popularity with Python and R region supreme as the most widely used program language in data science. Julia has been downloaded over 35 million times. The reasons behind its growth and thoroughly outlined in this article, but here's summary of Julia further and advantage speed. One of Julia's main founding principles is that it needs to be a general as Python, as statistics friendly as R, but as fast as C. This enables faster data workflow, especially for scientific computing. Syntax. Another way Julia shines is its syntax. Despite its speed, Julia syntax is dynamically typed, making it closer to R and Python than more complex programming language. This means it's much more accessible and easy to learn than other high performance programming language. Multiple dispatch without getting too technical. Another advantage of Julia is multiple dispatch, which refers to Julia functions ability to behave differently based on the types of arguments it is given. This makes it a flexible language to work with. Because of these features, Julia was in the top 5 of most loved language in the 2022 Stack Overflow Developers Survey. This is especially the case of folks in the scientific community who are looking translation from tools such as MATLAB. With that out of the way, let's dive deep into how to get started with Julia. How to install and run Julia. Installing Julia is straightforward. Download the installer specific to your operating system on this page of the Julia website and check the box that adds Julia to the system path. If you type Julia in the command line and get the following output, everything is running okay. Both PyCharm and VS Code offer Julia plugins that supports code highlighting and dubbing. However, since data scientists usually like to work within JupyterLab, it's also easy to add a Julia kernel to JupyterLab. After entering the Julia prompt in the terminal, simply enter these two lines. The codes adds the Julia package to the Julia installation on the system. Restart any running JupyterLab session and you should see the Julia option in the launcher. Basic Julia syntax. This section will cover the fundamentals of Julia syntax, including variables, data types, operators, vectors, and so on. Operators. In programming, there are special characters called operators that represent specific mathematical and logical process. Below you will see the most common operators, including additional, subtraction, multiplication, subtraction, and more. Note in Julia comments are written with single hash characters. Anything written after the hash gets ignored by the program till the end of the line. Hash addition in Julia 37 plus 73 110. Hash subtraction in Julia 17 minus 19 minus 2. Hash multiplication in Julia 29 multiply 33 957. Division in Julia 22 divided by 7 3.142857 Hash backwards division in the Julia. The above is equal to 0 by 5 and 5 by 0. is equal to 0. Hash the remainder operator in Julia 98456 percentage 23 is equal to 16. Hash raising to power 2 squaring uh, 22 multiplies 7 9.8777 etc. Variables in programming we using variables to state store information. Variable make it easy to refer to a piece of information via name. For example, here we are storing the number 73 into a variable called A, and the string hello world in the variable world. We look at Julia different data types in the following section. Type the name of the variable at the command line. Print its value. You can use any alphanumeric characters in variable name. the R curtain, uh, conventional conventions in name them in Julia variables name are dual case, lowercase, and words are separate by an underscore. Cannot start with a numeric number. Introducing introduction to data types in Julia. Data types tell the programming what value a variable does and what kind mathematical or logical operators can be used on them without causing an error. There are various data types in Julia. Below you can find the most basic ones. Integers, int 64, float 64, Booleans, BOOL, string, characters, CHAR, improves importing CSV file. We will importing the demands database for the tutorials of demands CSV